what? To the left at a rate of what? Do I have to put negative?
No.
No, because I already said it was traveling which way?
Left.
To the left.
Would you write negative?
No, because then they would mark it wrong. So at a rate of 16.15, what?
Miles per hour.
So miles per hour,
Slash hour.
because what? F prime of x is less than what? Less than 0. So that's telling us that this derivative value we got was what? Was negative. That's why I can say that it's traveling to the left. Are we okay?
I don't know that left, right thing.
We're going to talk more about that later. For now, just get the understanding of instantaneous rate of change is the what? How do I get instantaneous rate of change? First derivative, plug in the number. That's all you need to know. And understand how to write the units and what they mean. Okay? Let's try this one.
Turn on here.
What does this one say?
No, turn off here.
What are they talking about here?
It's like about falling.
So at a time t seconds after it is thrown up in the air, the position of an orange is given by this equation. Find S prime of 4 and interpret the meaning of the value you found. Okay? So here's the orange, right? And it's being what?
Drone.
Thrown, right?
Orange. That was a good one.
Okay. And the path that it's traveling is following what?
The parabolic trajectory.
The parabolic trajectory, right? It's following this equation. Cool? So this function is telling me the position of the orange
-3.
at every moment in time, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I want to know what S prime of 4 is.
4 seconds.
That's going to be the
Derivative.
instantaneous rate of change at what?
4 seconds.
At 4 seconds. It's going to tell me how fast this orange is moving and in what direction at what?
4 seconds.
4 seconds. So let's find it, but let's find it using the calculator.
Okay.
Okay, unless you want to do it by hand.
No.
Okay.
Let's use the calculator. So menu
So
4,
like, this kind of question, it
one.
would be okay to use the calculator.
if it's on the calculator section,
Variable 4.
which more than likely it wouldn't because it's a very easy problem. Cool? So type in the equation. Negative 4.9 x squared plus 25x plus 3. So what do we get for S prime?
Negative 14.2.
So we're using the calculator. And we got S prime of 4, which is the instantaneous rate of change, right? IROC?
IROC.
And we figured it out to be negative 14 point what? 0.2, and what would be the units? Because we have to put units. On the AP test, sometimes they give you credit for just putting the units. So maybe you don't even know how to work out the problem, but you know that the units are supposed to be whatever. Well, put whatever number and put the units. Maybe you'll get a point for the units only. Okay? So you want to try to get as many points as you can for whatever it is that you can do. So what would the units be here?
Seconds.
Feet, right? Position over time. So feet per second. If you go back and read the problem, those are the units that it's talking about. Okay, so now interpret this. What is this telling me? At
As prime equals, not as prime of 4 seconds.
you need to give me a specific time because it's an instantaneous rate of change.
4 seconds.
So at t equals 4 seconds, what's happening?
The orange
The orange is
traveling. Yep.
traveling,
It's falling.
is falling. Why falling?
Because you threw it up and it's coming back down.
How do I know it's coming back down? What if at 4 seconds it was still going up?
It's negative.
What's negative?
The value, the feet per second.
That one.
The rate of change is negative, right?
Because
So, is falling
At 14.2 feet per second.
at a rate of 14.2 feet per second because S prime of t is what?
Negative, less than 0.
Less than 0. Okay? What do you think? Alright, so I want you to try the bottom two. Okay, try those two by yourself while I pass out the assignment, and then I pass out some extra parts to the review that I didn't get to give you on Friday. Okay, I figured out that it was missing one page, so I need to give you that page.
Does that page have this kind of stuff?
Yes. Okay? So that's why I need to give it to you, because that will come out on the test. So do this last problem. There's one about average rate of change, and there's one about instantaneous rate of change. So make sure you do both of them, okay? If you want to use the calculator, you may. But that's an easy problem to where you can find the derivative without the calculator and evaluate it for the instantaneous rate of change. Your homework is only 6 problems, aside from whatever it is that you haven't completed for the review.
Oh, sorry.
I will be here Monday and Wednesday after school if you need tutorials. Because, you know, senior week was lit and you missed out. Because, 4th block is during lunch or something. I don't think we have that problem here, right?
No, we work here. So that's a not lit seating?
I mean, we had the guy that lost his shoe.
Oh, yeah. Does that count?
It counts. It does.
Did he jump off the
Oh, yeah, Jen.
Was he arrested?
He's running around with shoes. Please don't let us see right now. It's okay if you, next year you're gonna be more this. Look out.
Don't worry, good person.
Alright. So, did we finish the last 2 examples? So let's read it. What is it that it's giving us?
The AROC,
What does this equation tell me?
it's a
Feet
measure.
distance.
Feet traveled, right? And what does the T stand for? Second. So if I enter a time, it's going to tell me how many feet I've traveled, right? Okay, so find the average rate of change when T equals 1 and T equals 2. So what do I need to find in order to do that? I need the Y's. So I need S of 1, and I also need S of 2. So plug in those values into the equation so you can find them. We're doing average rate of change. So 1 plus 1 minus 1 minus 1.
0.
0? Okay. Plug in 2. 2 to the third? 8. 2 to the second? 4. Minus 2, minus 1, sorry. So 8 plus 4? 12? 12 take away 2? Take away 1? 9, okay. So do I have my Y values?
Yes.
Alright, what would be my average rate of change? 9 minus 0 divided by 2 minus 1, which is just 9. 9 what? Units. We need units all the time.
Feet per second.
Feet per second. Don't forget the units. You want to get that point for the feet per second, for the units.
B is 4.
What does that mean? You need to write the meaning all the time.
On the test.
On the test, they're going to ask you for the meaning. That's why I'm practicing you write it. What does this mean?
On average.
On average. Why on average? Because it's average, right?
Oh, that's right.
So on average, could we even put the time interval first? So on average, from
T equals 1 to T equals 2.
From T equals 1 second to T equals 2 seconds, right? We could even throw that at the beginning if you wanted to. So on average, from T equals 1 to T equals 2 seconds, the object is moving
Right.
to the right at a rate of 9 feet per second
Because
because
That's part of the
did we get S prime of t?
No.
So what would we say? So because the rate of change is what?
It's positive.
Positive. Okay. On that one, you don't really have to give me the because statement, but it is good to practice.
So we would have been okay.
You would have been okay just
Second.
stopping right there, yeah.
No, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. For that one, there's not really a notation for the average rate of change, so that's why they wouldn't ask you for the why. But it's because of the value, right? Okay, how about the instantaneous rate of change? For that one, I need to do what?
Derivative.
The derivative, right? So, what's the derivative of this guy?
4.
S prime of t. 3t squared plus 2t minus 1. Let's go, hurry up. So S prime at 1, 3 plus 2 minus 1. What is that? 5 minus 1, just kidding, equals? 4. I wasn't done, guys. So 4, and what would the units be? Still feet per second. Okay, but now what is this one describing?
At a certain point. Yeah. At 1 second.
Okay, so what would we say? At t equals
1 second.
1 second, the object is moving to the right at a rate of 4 feet per second. Because S prime of t is greater than 2. So anytime that they don't say that the object is moving up or moving down, then you automatically assume that the object is moving which direction? Left or right. Okay? Pretty good? Got it? Alright, so make sure that you finish that and make sure you work on your review. I just need to give you the last handout, which is another free response question over something like this. When it doesn't say that it's up or down. Most of the time in calculus, it'll always be rectilinear motion, so it'll always be left or right. Okay, when we start talking more in specific of that, you'll figure it out. Make sure you get this last page. It's another free response question that I forgot to put in there. Tomorrow we'll work on the review and answer questions, and we'll finish Wednesday, and then your test will be on Thursday. That's the review, yes. So make sure you have the review if you didn't get it on Friday. Okay? Have a good day.